Now we're going to be working with another material, how to create it. So we're going to be working with material maybe for this chair and for this floor. So remember, just check this off as well, and into the diffuse layer, the diffuse color, we're going to load any wood texture that you have, or you can just download it if you don't have any wood texture. So let's just say that. So it has already been applied to our share. So let's go to giving some reflection. So let's go for a specular layer 1. All of the woods has reflections, not like that quite reflective, but you have to apply reflection even we reduce it a bit. So into a specular layer 1, for woods and plastics, always going to be into fun. And for Fresnel IR, we'll leave it on 1.6 for the meantime. Let's see how it look. So down here, let me just check this off. And as I said before, you have to increase this brightness in here just a bit to make it look better. For the wood material, it looks okay. Like for about 1.57 and 1.6, it'll be okay. We always apply some reflection glossiness, like for about 1.85, to reduce that reflectiveness of our material. It could be a little bit more. We're going to see when we render this if it has to be in a lower value or higher value. But I guess it works okay for 1.85, 1.8. So let's set the subdivision to 32 to give a less graininess to our material. So let's just give it a try. We're going to do something else in here for this material, but let's just give it a try to see how it looks. Let's go ahead and make a render. Okay, let me just actually let's close this again. Let's select just what we want to see. Remember, let's just apply this to see this better. Let's go ahead and render this point. This is what we want to see in detail. Our share. Well, as you can see for me, uh, it looks okay. It has a perfect reflection of the object. So depends of the type of wood that we apply, maybe more or less reflection. It's gonna depend on you guys. So, but for me, it looks like okay. I'm going to make actually a whole render for this share just to see how it looks up front and the reflection of the object. But I guess it works okay, the entire material on this object. As you can see guys, how the sun um, fall onto this object and give us all the reflection that we add to the material. We can see it in here, we can see it in part of this object. Not 100% reflective, as I said, because this is not a mirror, this is a wood material, so it couldn't be that reflective. Their reflectivity has to be like in a soft way as to see it in front of a chair. For make it looks okay. We can give it if we want to like more detail. Let's just go ahead and close this down. Let's try to do something else on the chair. So in here, for specular layer 1, to give you a little bit more detail, you can go and just go in here and make a copy of this material. Let's copy channel. Let's go for the specular layer 1, and let's go ahead and paste the same channel. For this one, let's go here. Let's add what we call filter object, and let's just shake this on to give it a white and black color. That gives us more detail to our reflection uh, onto the object. So I will increase the amount of contrast just to mix the black and the white color to look much better and bring out much detail on the object. So this same texture, we can go ahead and load it on bump. There you go. You just take it from here and stand over bump, and then you go here and drop the material in there. So for the amount of our bump on the object is going to be like 0.1, just to give it a try. Now let's go ahead and render again, and let's see how it look. You're going to see right now, even that we have a light reflection, the detail of a wood material is going to look much better. You're going to see much better the lines on the object of the same material. It's going to look much better, and the reflection as well. If you want to increase the reflection, it's up to you actually. But for me, it looks like really okay. You can see right now how you have those lines showing up in a really good detail that we didn't have before, as you can see it here on the front. So this is the reason why we apply into this the specular layer 1 the same material in here, but black and white, just to bring out details that is not showing up in the material. For me, and I guess for you guys, this material is more than okay. So for wood's material for the share, it looks okay, guys. Just try to practice this. The next material we're going to apply it a wood material, but it's going to be for the floor. It could be maybe a little bit more reflective, as I always said. It depends pretty much on you. So keep practicing this, guys, and let's see you in the next material testing. Hey guys, we're going to continue working with wood material. In this case, we're going to start working material for the floor. Let me just take this down. Let me go ahead and take this camera just to let you know. This is the wood that we have in here. So we're going to apply a wood material, as I said before. It is almost the same as we apply it in here. In this case, it's just maybe that it could be a little bit more reflective or less reflective, depends of a wood material that you load from or you download from internet. So let's just go back and let me just open this. Open this. As you already know, when you know all of this already, guys, just let me go ahead and make this. For the fuse layer, as I said before, we're going, where it says texture, we're going to upload a wood floor material Let me see this one how it look before to open this. Well, this is like okay. Let me see if I have another one here. I guess. Okay, let me go ahead and take this one. Say no. Well, as a diffuse layer, we already had our material as you can see it in here. Let me take the other camera. Let's see where we find the wood object in here. Like go floor. I'm going to apply this to the main one because it will be applied to the whole floor. So as you can see, this material is like way too big. So just click in here. If it is in basic, go to tag. The projection of this material, let's click in here and let's set this for a cubic. That way, if we go here, if you go down here where it says length, you can decrease the size of your material, as you can see. Let's just move it a bit. Let's see. Let me just. Sorry, I'm gonna just increase the size. Let me move it. There you go. Let me go ahead and take my another camera and let's just go here. Just let's apply specular layer 1 as we made for this material. And as I said before, for specular type, set this on font. Let's leave it at 1.6. Let's check this off. Let's increase this like for about 1.6 to our material. For reflection glossiness, in this case, I would take this like 1.8. For our glossiness subdivision, I will set this immediately to 32 subdivisions. And I will leave it just this way for the meantime, as I said before. And then we're going to make some changes here. If you like to do this, it's not mandatory to make this. It depends pretty much on you guys. So let's go ahead and render it. Let's see how it will look. Our wood material. In this case, actually, let me go ahead and just click in here because I don't need to see the share. I actually need to render the floor to see how it look. Okay, there you go. For me, it looks good to start. It had a really good look. So let's just close this down. Let's make another change in here. Remember, as I made on the share, I went to the diffuse layer, take this texture into a specular layer 1 and load the material in here. Let's click in here. Let's go to filter and let's set this to colorize to make it a black and white, and let's increase the contrast of our material to bring out detail. And let's use, we should just, actually let me just leave it like that and let me make it render. Let's see how it will look right now. as you can see, have more detail of this wood material. It's a little bit grainy, but it's because already of render setting that we have. So let's render this area to see how it look. Okay, for me it looks like okay. I'm going to just make some different here. I'm going to make changes on the settings of the array for you to see um, how it looks very clean this material. You don't have to do this because I will explain how to work with settings at the end, because this is take a little bit longer than the render that we made right now. But I would try to make, just to give it a better example at the end, how we're going to look our materials in here. Let me just go ahead and increase this a couple of things in here. Let's go in here. This is okay. And here I will take this to 0, and let's increase this one maybe to, I don't know, like 1500. Let's go ahead and render again to see how it look. This is not the setting for final rendering, guys. This is just trying uh, to make some changes, just to give it a better look for you with the materials, because it's still like way too grainy this time. So I just made the changes to give it a better look of what we have on our materials. So as you can see, it's a little bit less grainy, but this is not how we're going our rendering to end. This is just an example, guys. As you can see, it looks uh, really good. It could be a little bit more reflective if you want to. Let's just go ahead and increase a little bit our reflection of the object. I will decrease this to 1.85 or 86, and I will go here and I will set this maybe to 2.0. Let's go ahead and render this again. So guys, as you can see, for wood material this was going to be it. So you just have to practice, because for wood material this is all we do. As I said before, it could be like more reflective, or more reflective or less reflective material, but it doesn't have any different. How do we make a wood material? It's pretty much the same. So I just want you to practice this for maybe a black material, wood material, or maybe a darker and brown wood material. I don't know. It depends on you guys. You can give it a try, different things. You don't have to make this render to the way we're going to be working here. I just give an example to how make materials, and and you go ahead and make it, but give it a try with a different wood material. Let's go ahead and just to finish, render this area in here, and then we're going to carry on with some others materials. Remember guys, my render is lasting a little bit more because I increased a couple of things on the settings. But if you have a computer that doesn't have a less value to work, so don't increase the things I made to give it a better look. Just leave it to the way it was before, and then at the end we're going to make all of the changes. um, Even if you work for Cinema 4D, 3ds Max, or SketchUp, the settings that I'm going to show in here, it works for all of this software, and I'm gonna show you how to reduce the time of rendering and give it a better look to your render. So as you can see, for me it looks pretty good how this wood works. So at the end we're going to see the real materials that we're going to use for this interior rendering. Remember, this is just for testing guys. So this is pretty much, just keep practicing with this and see you to the next testing material guys.